Hello, hello, and welcome back to another little Grand Cross Fireside chat with me. Once again, I'm joined today by Vader, who is a Grand Cross content creator and a man with impeccable taste. Thanks for joining me today, Vader.
Of course, thanks for having me.
All right, so today's topic, let's talk about a unit that you like that everyone else dunks on. You have about 10 minutes to defend them. Go.
Okay, well, I think I would be probably one of the best options to defend the Awakened Red Eastin. When she first came out, everybody was trashing on her. It was very unfortunate. I was very upset when that happened. However, when she did first come out, and I wailed on her, I'll admit that. I pulled her and I said, you know what? I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to use her. So I started, using her in random different activities in the game, and I used her in Howlix, and turns out she was absolutely amazing for that. I know that team comp didn't stick, but it was still really, really fun to see those numbers when his health bar just disappeared. Now, also, she was meant to be a backline unit. Unfortunately, a lot of the characters that I tend to get that kind of treatment from Netmarble. But Eastin, not only is she a gorgeous character with amazing cosmetics, but her ultimate is pretty decent for dealing damage. Her single target card is the best ultimate removal card in the game, and her AoE skill debuff is the most unique debuff in the entire game, and if used correctly, I'm sure can pull off some decent numbers. Overall, her animations and her animations are gorgeous, and her kit's pretty decent. Her passive's probably her best redeeming quality, as if you're a catastrophe main and you want to run the catastrophes, she is a really good option for damage reduction, because for every ult on the field, or ult gauge on the field of your allies, I believe it's also the enemies that are catastrophes.
I think so.
I could be wrong, but it provides a lot of damage reduction. So she is very underrated. The hate that she received, I don't think was necessary. And volume proved to that she was a really, really good backline unit for the catastrophe team.
Well, I mean, I agree with you 1000%. I do remember when, was it Amazing that made a video based on your Howlex trick?
Yes, it was
someone,
amazing.
yeah.
Davo also.
I remember seeing that video and being like, oh my gosh, someone found something I can put Eastin in. She's gonna be in this forever. I don't do Howlex anymore, period. But when I do, Eastin still goes in, just because it's really funny for her to use the Oxidize card and then just see Howlex like, ugh, and just collapse.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely hilarious.
But I did the same. When she came out, I absolutely wailed. I wasn't making content at the time. I was like, I like Eastin. I want her to look nice. But those animations, Netmarble, whatever they're doing with the catastrophes, they need to keep it up. Except, give them better stats.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But I think Roxy is definitely a step in the right direction, and with Roxy's Unity thing, do you think they'd ever revisit the other Awakened Catastrophe units?
Well, we only have two colors, or attributes for the Awakened Eastin, so there's definitely a chance we get a blue one at some point. I think Lilia also still needs another copy to make a 3.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of units that only got 2 attribute colors, so it's mostly just hoping, but
So if they were to give Eastin a Unity skill like they gave to Roxy, where if you put her like on someone like a Grace, she gives them like 2, 4, 6, 8% additional damage for humans. What do you think they would give Eastin if she had a Unity skill?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
I think they'd maybe like up the resistance to kind of go along with her damage reduction passive.
They could, and seeing as the green one is also meant, unfortunately, to be a backline unit, she'd be a catastrophe stat booster. They could give like an all stat kind of thing, like per catastrophe gets like, I don't know, 3% basic stats or something along those lines.
That'd be interesting. I'm just trying to like think of the other ones too. What would they get for unities? But I think, yeah, I agree with everything that you've said about Awakened Eastin. And the thing that really surprises me is her ult. Every single time I forget just how hard that thing slaps. Because that thing just... it hits so hard. But it's Flood, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Flood. And of course I 6-6 the red one.
Yeah.
I did try her out a lot because I wanted to make sure that, you know, I wanted to use her, okay? So her ult actually does really, really good numbers. It's not, you know, festival level, but it's definitely up there. I'm sure you could still use her if you really wanted to and find a way to buff her up.
Yeah, oh for sure. Well, on that note, it seems like we've been going for a bit, but that's to be expected because we were talking about Eastin, who is the best catastrophe and one of the best characters in the game, and we're not biased. But thank you for joining me today, and Vader, if people want to follow you, where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me on YouTube, Vader Senpai, on Twitter at Vader Senpai with no spaces, and then on Twitch, Vader_Senpai.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much again, and I will see you guys later on. Have a good one. Bye.